YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha, back in the building for another Last Cloudia news and information video, one that I'm getting into a little later in the day. You'll have to excuse me, Lady Buddha stayed home today, so it's time I give her some affection. But with a little break in between, we have Lagrobos in the building. The shift form. With how OP the original Lagrobos was on his release, I'm excited to dive into this guy's kit, see what he's bringing to the table, give you guys my initial thoughts on paper, and don't forget we've got Tweacz' unit summary review at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's get into it. Lagrobos the Wise. We got his S1 Vega 6 hits, and Taurus is 13 hits. And Sirius is 25 hits with a giant AoE. Oh my goodness, they gave this man a lightsaber. They know how to play into the memes of their game, that's for sure. 52 hits. Looks like a single target though. So let's get into the traits of this new drippy Lagrobos we have. Trait 1 Sorceress Vicissitude. Chance for all magic attacks to deal criticals. Magic attack damage plus 60%. And when using non-stacking magic, magic damage cap plus 13,000. Boost physical attack damage based on INT. So a little mix of physical and magic DPS we're already seeing. Trait 2, Xenoglossia. When only one weapon is equipped is one staff. Skill and special damage plus 120% and damage cap plus 6,000. Oh, I hate that. Whenever using skills, stock magic power and boost damage cap of next attack magic used. Max plus 15,000 at 5 times. When attack magic is cast, reset the boost amount. Excludes magic that regularly deals damage. So I'm thinking of like the circles. If you inflict Shadow Circle, it deals dark damage or light damage or something like that. It's not a bad cap boost if you're going to be using some stackable skills, but also 15,000 is going to look nice anywhere. So from what I'm seeing, not the craziest boosts to this guy's kit. He's got this weird mix of physical DPS, emphasis, and magic damage. I really hate this first sentence here. When only one weapon equipped is one staff. Like, this is not a proper single wield damage cap to warrant doing that. But it's also like, what are your priorities? Because if he is an active mage, you're typically not dual wielding for any reason. Would have been really nice if it was all magic. This would have been way, way, way better if it was all damage. So including skill, special, and magic, giving that cap to, I think, what his main prowess is going to be. But anyway, let's keep going. We've got the abilities. So skill 1 Vega, medium area, long range combo attack. So nice to see. This guy is no attribute. Shocker. Skill 2 is Antares or Antares, I don't know. Medium area, long range combo attack. Then instantly close the gap to attack again. So we saw that in the skill animation. Skill 3 is Sirius. Long range combo attack to all enemies. So it specifies in this ability description that it hits all the enemies on the map, which opens up a lot of utility from this guy. So that's exciting to see. And a 25 hit single wield, 50 hit dual wield. Pretty sure that's the most amount of hits from an S3 we've ever seen. Special is Perseus. Powerful combo attack to one enemy. This is just going to be for the memes. I mean, 52 hits is no joke, but I mean, with just that 6,000 damage cap that we saw from his trait 1, if you're doing single wield, it's not going to be that impressive. And the ability board, let's see what we got here. Wise Charisma, all allies magic damage plus 20% and non-stacking magic damage cap plus 5,000. Very, very strong ability, and is essentially the Shift BEYLAND treatment, giving a better damage cap. A little more specific, right? This is only non-stacking, but getting that damage percentage and then cap along with his magic is going to be very, very powerful for Lagrobos here and any other mages, especially thinking of Lennius, who's got his dual hit potential on his magic. Sorcerer's Barricade. Give unit a buff to cut damage from enemies a set amount. Boost damage cut based on MND. And when set, you get magic attack damage plus 10%. So I wish it would tell us how much damage cut he actually gets, but guess we'll have to rely on Lake's Gold Mine to figure out that info. Fairy Speak. When using summon beasts, give a unit a damage plus 30% and damage cap plus 3000 buff for the same attribute as the summon beast, and that continues until incapacitation. So another way that they're trying to weave summons back into the mix of meta. Not the craziest boost, very nice boost you get from it, but since it's locked to specific elements, obviously, I mean, we can see down here he does have the other big elemental spells. And then thinking about the limitations to our summoning stones, I'm not super enamored. However, it's nice that it makes use of something that no one really even touches. Apocalypse Meteor. Give the magic Apocalypse a hit count of 7 to 13 hits at random and change each hit's damage cap boost to plus 90,000. For those of you who don't know, the original spell Apocalypse has a damage cap boost of plus 999,999. So this is changing that description to 90,000 per hit, and you get this range, this random range of 7 to 13. I don't know what's up with them and all this RNG they're adding to these units' damage. I'm not a fan of it, but I guess it's some way to manage balance, maybe? I don't know. Sorcerer's Wisdom 2. Staff and Robe equipped, you get Staff INT and Robe MND plus 100%. So that is a fair amount of stats onto the weapon, especially with the types of stats we see on equipment nowadays. Doubling that essentially is quite potent, so interesting to keep in mind. Sorcery Awaken is when close to death, very greatly restore HP, except now INT, defense, and MND get 50% along with boosted movement speed once per wave. Moonlight 2 at max HP, you get INT plus 30%, so that'll be really nice to stack with Moonlight. First time we're seeing that. And then looking at things that we already know of, Apocalypse, Big Bang, Absolute Zero, Nether Tempest, X-Radia, Black Hole he has. So a nice combination of different non-stackable spells, and very good ones too. Black Hole, I'm looking at Nether Tempest, obviously, Big Bang, and then Apocalypse. MP up max, Magic up max, Arcane up max, Critical up 2, Ardor auto crit, Staff boost, Staff mega boost, Magus magic aura, Ultimate casting. There it is. So this is going to be our second rendition of Maja. Ultimate casting, it cuts your casting speed benefits in half and caps it out at 40%. But it gives you that massive damage modifier and 40,000 damage cap to his magic. So this guy's going to have some nutty damage caps. Along with those spells that we can see there, it's going to look incredible. No attribute attack raise 3, so that will help his physical skills along with Apocalypse. Zero Dom, Beast Geyser, Illusion, Robe High Boost, Convergence, High Level Magic Chant, Removable Object, Auto Recast, Auto Advanced Circles. So almost everything you want in a mage. We can see he has Convergence over there. That's the skill that uses up your MP in order to sustain your HP at 1. Him being a long range, no attribute attack user, we'll have to see what his regular attack looks like. But if he has enough physical damage potential coupled with this crazy magic damage and the ability to recharge his MP infinitely and easily with his regular attacks and Goddess Kiss, we're looking at a literal invincible Yoda right here. So really fascinating kit, and I'm really looking forward to see in-game testing. I think there's a lot of what ifs with this guy, and he's a prime example of things are looking good on paper, but they really need to be finalized in game to see the actual potential. So I'm liking what I see. I can't complain. And we've got the SSR arc coming with him. This was a surprise to me because for the past however many shift forms that have been released, I'm fairly certain they have all come out with an equivalent arc rarity. I'm thinking of when Divine Beast Ray released with the UR Solaris, and then we had Lagrange released with the UR Divine Beast, whatever it was, ball meat, people love to say. I think Roland, both the Rolands released with URs. If I'm not mistaken, OG Lagrobos released with Great War of Ruin, but this time he is coming out with a general pool SSR. So interesting change and break of a pattern I thought was there. The arc trait, Staff and Robe equipped, INT and MND plus 15%. Battle Start, Auto Cast, Recast, and Regeneration. When using non-stacking magic, damage plus 20% and damage cap plus 1500. So very limited, I'd say, to your mages using non-stack magic, but it's at least some form of boosting, right? There's a damage modifier and cap in there, and it's an SSR, so a lot more easily accessible than what we're used to seeing on URs and stuff. Learnable skills though: magic, snipe, attack, magic, anti-type, effect, damage, plus 20%. I think I saw some people in Discord asking if this stacks with special boost. Absolutely. This is going to be a separate damage modifier. So you have your anti-damage boost, which is 50% extra damage. You stack on special boost, doubling it to 100%, and then this is going to push it up another plus 20%. So now 120% damage for your anti-type damage. You know, I'm not mad at it for magic, of course, but hopefully we'll see other things like this in the future. Plant Geyser, give magic attacks to an anti-plant type effect, so nice to see another Geyser on an SSR. Sorcerer's Wisdom, Staff and Robe equipped, Staff INT, and MND, Robe MND plus 50%, so the tier below the one I think he comes with innately. Silence Resist, Robe Boost, and Reinforce are the other teachables. So a decent mage arc, nothing that stands out too crazy except for magic snipe, right? Any stackable damage modifiers is what I like to see most of the time. So, and of course having another Geyser available in the permanent pool. Thumbs up from your boy Booda. And the AER, we've got the Fey Tree Staff Malnest, 6-star, and trait is Earth attack magic damage plus 30%. So we're getting a new elemental specific damage boosting staff, which is nice. I mean, we don't even have them for all of the different elements for magic, right? I think we just have the Skyfire for fire attack magic. We have the Mage's Wand for light, and that's it, I believe. So this will be adding an earth equivalent. Stats, you got MP plus 50, which is great to see. INT 192 and MND 120, and of course these can always get God Forged in the future, which is an exciting prospect. Not mad at the AER at all. Last Cloudia, September 30th, Lagrobos, the Wise appears. So we're not done with this video yet, guys. We're going to take a look at a deeper dive into all of Lagrobos' details. Tweacz, of course, makes those unit graphics that give us a better picture of what to expect numerically and detail-oriented. So I'll see you over there. Here we are with Tweacz' summary of Lagrobos. You can see the nice breakdown showing all of the different traits, skills, and we're going to take a look at Tweacz' notes, his thoughts on this guy, because I'm sure he's interested, like most of us are right now. So looking at his trait 1 notes, pretty straightforward here. Damage cap on only non-stacking magic, but also innate thaumaturgy ring effect. Nice to have it in his trait because adding actual thaumaturgy ring in his skills will stack. It's a good thing to know. Trait 2, that's a pretty nice multiplier when using a single staff. It doesn't look like dual wield is a bad option either, so we will have to test which works better exactly. Looks like he can build his cap off of his next spell as he spams skills up to 5 skills, 4 plus 15,000, 3,000 each skill used. Could be an effective hybrid, question mark, only time will tell. So here we can see the different skill hit count, 6, 13, and 25, along with 52. And he does note a skill guaranteed to hit the whole map. Yes, does sound very, very spicy. Very interested that they worded it so that we would know it would hit all enemies. The innate single wield and dual wield physical damage caps he laid out are not impressive at all. Just under 18,000 single wield, and then take that away, 12,000 dual wield. That's like 2019 type of damage right there when I started playing. So while this guy has this emphasis on physical damage with his INT playing into it, with him getting this single wield cap, it's not impressive either way. I'd rather take 2 hits of 12k than 1 hit of 18k because, as we know, dual wield giving you all of the double benefits outside of just damage. So like Tweacz is saying, if you get double the chance with Goddess Kiss, if you can get double the regen, if you want to go with a little Proud Force heals, criticals, any on-hit proc effects, dual wield is always going to reign supreme. So I don't see a reason to run this guy single wield unless you're just strictly wanting to take advantage of his single wield stat boosts that you can find in his skill board, along with that special damage modifier here. Innate non-stacking magic damage caps. I'm actually going to scroll over to the actual damage amounts that we can anticipate at the max cap. So here he lays out the Apocalypse that, when it's unaltered, has 1 hit of 1,081,999. While that number alone might seem impressive, it's not a crazy amount nowadays, especially with how long that cast takes. But looking at this new Apocalypse Meteor effect, giving 7 to 13 hits, but then changing the damage cap of a potential 181,000, you're looking at a scale of 1.2 to 2.3, almost 2.4 million damage. And that is not bad, especially in today's standard for a no attribute damage spell. But then even taking our focus off of the no attribute boost here, we can see that if you're getting max caps on the other non-stackable spells he has, you're looking at some nice damage. With a 93 to 97,000, or I should say 90 to 97,000 damage cap on some of these big hitters. Big Bang at 3 million is looking really nice. Black Hole, of course. Nether Tempest, this isn't including Sandworm extra attacks, so these look very much like Maja numbers, along with the ability to cast a no attribute spell. So I'm really looking forward to testing this guy and seeing what he looks like in game. Of course, we have the Power Creep podcast tomorrow. Don't forget, looking at his notes for the skill board, Lennius' best friend, no surprise, with Lagrobos' charisma. Apocalypse Meteor, he points out you can turn this off to make Apocalypse hit like the normal one-hit spell with that 900k damage cap increase. Here we can see he lays out right if you're using Ignite, Fire, Granadaria, Ice, etc., but then Salmia gives buffs and Yggdrasil gives healing, so they're not really element specific. So does this count as a no attribute damage boost? We'll have to see in testing, right? Because it's not super obvious. We've never seen an ability like this, so we don't really know what to expect. So reading Tweacz' summary, let me scroll down just a little bit so you can see it as well. A massive damage magical attacker. He has a good bit of conditionals in his kit, but should slap hard in most scenarios where you would want magic. His skills are interesting. It will need testing to see if he's a competent PDPS during skill spam, but his S3 has map-wide hitting ability, which brings some utility to the table. Farming, wave battles, etc. Of course, need to see his regular attacks, ranged or not, to see if he can be an MP battery for himself with Goddess Kiss. I think that will be a huge determination of how effective he is. We know that Shift Zekis is still a very potent unit because he's able to do that. He wants to use ultimate casting, max 40% cast speed, same thing as Maja for his max damage. Keep this in mind. He will want some extra cast speed to max it out at 80%, right? Because that's cut in half and then it caps at 40. I love that he has Black Hole innate. Yes, Black Hole, while it's looking like it can do great damage in Lagrobos' kit, is also extremely good crowd control, so it's just a great spell overall. Beast Geyser, Red Brute Geyser, gives him 6 geysers. What? Oh, that's right. Looking at Lake's Goldmine, we know that they have this horrible error, so this is way crazier than I initially thought. Shift Eliza has Beast Geyser, but it actually performs the same as Brute Slayer with those groupings of different anti-damage. So magic will deal effective damage. This is Lake's interpretation, but that's what we call anti-damage to beast, plant, insect, bird, fish, and creature type enemies. So we've got another group geyser in Shift Lagrobos here, which makes him extremely more potent. Some serious SC saves for a mage. Remember, you can turn off ultimate casting. You'd of course sacrifice that 40,000 damage cap, but yes, to manage your casting speed easier if you want. Looks like a fun mage to test. And then look at these little notes for the Ark. More damage boosts for geysers, I'm in, absolutely. And then finally, a reasonable earth attack magic staff with fat MP. Yes, we like big MP stats on our staves and robes, etc. So that's gonna do it for Tweacz' unit summary. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Really interested to see what you think of this new mage. We're finally getting another unit that's not a physical DPS. My heart goes out to you free-to-play players that have burned all your crystals during the DMC. As we move into the typical schedule of Last Cloudia, expect a new unit every 2 weeks. So pull at your own risk, of course. Anything that's not a value banner, I never recommend summoning 4. You're just gambling at that point unless you have the pity amount that you want to spend to get whatever you want at this moment. You can't wait any longer. It's just always in your best interest to save up 30,000 crystals and then have your unit that you want to target for the next value banner that rolls around. We've yet to see one. We've got the 3.5 year anniversary coming up, so I can imagine a lot of QOL things that you'll be wanting to spend your crystals on around then. However, I know a lot of people are excited for a new mage. You don't have Maja. This guy looks like he's a potential candidate for easy Heart of the Temple clears, so a lot of QOL to be seen if this guy can give us in-game, but I'm excited to see him. Will I be pulling for him at 50,000 crystals after DMC? Probably not. I probably don't have it in the budget if I want to play smart in the long term. So, of course, we'll be relying on the homie Tweacz to get proper testing and the word out during the Power Creep podcast. But this outro's gone on long enough, guys. Like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications if you're new. Thank you so much to my Buddha fam for hitting that join button below. Supporting your boy for $2 a month. We also got another HelloFresh sponsorship that I'm going to be talking more about on Twitch if you want to follow me over there for more live streaming content. And with all that being said, y'all know what we say. Work hard, play hard. See you in the next video.